Hello and welcome to Screams from the Center, where I hope to provide information on topics I find interesting and give my take on them. On this episode, I look at each candidate running for president as of the time of this recording. And today it's reality TV star Donald Trump. The idea behind this is to give you a feel for each of the candidates, so I'll present 5 positive aspects and 5 negative aspects. Now that we've got all that out of the way, on with 5 by 5. Starting off, you take the good. Donald has learned to game both the political and legal systems. Going as far back as 1975, Donald has rather skillfully navigated his way out of both legal and financial difficulties, including 4 bankruptcies that he managed to limit his liability in. And in the current race, he's managed to say things which are controversial that he's managed to slip out from underneath and continue his strong support. Trump has run a very successful TV reality show, mostly off of the power of his own name. He's become a TV icon, and the phrase, "You're fired," is part of the mainstream landscape. Trump also runs the Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, and Miss Universe pageants, all of which are traditional institutions in American television and beyond. Trump has managed to market his name as an asset. Much like Oprah Winfrey, Donald's brand is his name and is often the key to success for a property or investment or TV show. This gives him extreme name recognition in both the primaries and the general election, should he move on to that. Amid his many controversies, he remains popular and the most talked about candidate in the election to date. Donald is the most talked about candidate in the race. If you go by the old saying as well, that any press is good press, then he is the media darling. He commands a loyal base that forgives him for any transgressions that would sink normal candidates. Trump has held the lead longer than most candidates by this time. This is in both current and past primaries. The populist tone that he takes and the wild promises resonate with his base and give him a comfortable lead in a crowded playing field. In most primary histories, we've had many candidates poll at the top, which makes this a game-changing primary in the very least. And now we take the bad. Trump says things that are racist or bigoted. It also shows in his followers after numerous reports of harassments, ejections, and beatings at his rallies by minorities, his verbal attacks on the integrity of the Mexican people, and his bigoted views on Islam. The wall is absurd. The cost of these border fences exceed $1 million per mile. And with a 1,933-mile border, it would be quite a large sum of money for something that a ladder or a tunnel, or even some tin snips, can circumnavigate. Laws exist currently on the books for fining and jailing employers for hiring illegal aliens, and studies show that this is the cheapest outcome with the best outcome. The wall is a political foil. His tax plan mostly favors the rich. Most of his tax cuts would help the richest families in the world save even more money. With 90% of the new income that's been earned going to this class, more tax relief for them has never been shown to create job growth. It also gets rid of the capital gains tax, which is the income for the ultra-rich, the 0.001%. It also gets rid of the estate tax, which doesn't affect 99% of the population. It only affects estates that exceed $5 million, making his tax proposals unwise even with massive budget cuts. He is a fake man of religion. Time and time again, we have seen that he is not a man of faith. It was once thought that no candidate could have a shot at the GOP nomination without being openly religious. Yet Trump comparing his own book to the Bible, misquoting Bible verses time and time again, shows his mockery and his lack of knowledge of religious scripture. Yet evangelicals are starting to flock around him and boost his lead even more. I've always asked myself that question of, why would they do this? Is there something else underlying that they find more appealing? Sarah Palin is for him. This may be a plus to some conservatives, but most do know she is by this point toxic. Her record of supporting candidates is well under 50%, making her an unreliable asset to a campaign. Not only that, she has a tendency of doing her own thing so long as it suits her needs. She will not turn moderate or left-leaning voters, as she brings nothing to the table that they can relate to. And her ramblings make her sound drunk at best, stupid or crazy more likely. So you take them both, and there you have Donald Trump. Thank you for joining me in this episode of Screams from the Center. Please leave comments below on how I can improve. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. My blog is at screamsfromthecenter.wordpress.com, on Twitter at screamsftcenter, and on Facebook at Screams from the Center. Thank you.